Good morning, guys. It is 6 minutes past 10 on Friday, the 16th of December 2022. And just having a look at the markets today, we can see there's been a continuation of the fall that's happened during this week. So currently down 0.7%, and add that to 1.9 for the week, and if you look further back, you'll see you have to go back 6 months to actually see any growth at all, and actually down 10% on the year. Or this time last year, perhaps I should say. Let's see when that was actually, if I can suss it out quite quickly. So there's December this year, summer, April, May, March, February, January. Okay, so this time last year was somewhere up around here, so basically about as high as we had seen. So that does make sense. Of course, this time last year was just before we'll carry on with the Ukraine, so no great surprise there. Let's come a bit closer. I want to just quickly tot up how many times we have seen this price point in the not too distant. So obviously this time there's second, let's see, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. We've been around about this price point 8 or 9 times before. It's impossible to know what's going to happen next, really, but my gut feeling is that it's unlikely that things are going to linger there for an awful lot longer. Now, as you can see, at present we've got some clear blue water, so to speak, between our dotted green average price point. So that's sitting at 62.90, as you can see over here. And the current price is lower at 60.11 currently, and that differential is basically a difference where we can do some dollar cost averaging, and then in addition to that, if you've been watching the channel before, you'll know that I use this trend line to identify what I see as the opportunity gap between where the market theoretically could be if it continued on its previous trend and the current price. So this hypothetically is all opportunity gap. In other words, any price less than up here is what I would regard as a good buy. If that's, if I wasn't on a fire journey. So let's go ahead and do our weekly investment of £120 into the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund, shown here on the Trading 212 practice platform. Actually, before I do that, let me just come out of that. Before I do that, let me just point out that although we have currently got a portfolio value of just over 4,120, as you can see here, the return of minus 190 odd pounds as things stand sounds quite dramatic. It's actually just under 4.5% down. You will find as you have more invested, the actual figures increase, because the percentages, I'm not explaining this very well. I suppose basically if you say 1% on £100 invested is only £1, 1% for £1,000,000 invested is 10,000. So let's say if you had £1 million invested and it dropped by 1%, you would see a loss of 10,000. So in a lot of ways, in the same way as I would generally disregard the actual portfolio value, I would also disregard the numerical return, because what matters is the percentage. Okay, so as I say, I'm going to go ahead and invest our £120. The market is open. Current portfolio value 4128. So we should see that change when this goes through. So according to the pop-ups there, that has gone through. I am not currently oh, there we go, it just jumped 4248. So I forget what the average price point was before. Was it 62.9 something? It's probably come down very slightly, and really no significant impact on the return. I didn't think that there would be. So that's our investment done for this week. It's actually been quite a while since I last posted. I think the last time was Monday, not this week but the week before, and then because I do it weekly, unfortunately I didn't get to it until today, so it's been actually almost 2 weeks in sort of real time, even though it's a weekly investment. But a lot of uncertainty in the markets at present. More than 2 shares, I think. So there's some information about earnings reports coming out, and Netflix apparently is suffering a bit. They had had an issue with subscribers leaving, and they must have thought that it was due to their price point. So what they had done is they had brought out a lower price point, but with advertising, and it seems as if that hasn't particularly worked. As you can see here, reports suggest smaller than expected advertising service audience. To be quite honest, I am a Netflix subscriber. I have the cheapest package that doesn't include advertising. I did hear that they were bringing it out for a little bit cheaper, and I considered whether I wanted to change to that or not, and then I thought about how annoying advertising is on the likes of YouTube, and rather than kind of subscribe to something which I feel may not be the experience I'm looking for and yet I'm still paying for, I decided to just stay as I am for now. To be honest, it was I didn't really once I realised the thing about the advertising, I didn't really give that very serious consideration. I was still in two minds as to whether to simply keep the service that I have, or the other option might have been to actually leave. Netflix altogether. But the advertising thing didn't particularly tempt me. I don't feel that's the solution, basically. So yeah, that coming away from Netflix, as I say, there's other things going on in the market at present. Inflation is still biting pretty hard for some people. Well, some countries, the economy in general. I think I've heard 11% quoted. And of course then the counter to that is that many workers are striking, looking for better, fairer pay and conditions, and that's no real surprise. You cannot see the economy impacted to the extent that it is said to have been, and not expect people to be up in arms that they're still being paid the same as what they were beforehand. So that is no surprise whatsoever, but obviously the markets will see that as uncertainty, and as much as it's not clear what price point workers will ultimately accept, and that does cause a little bit of instability, and there's still talk that interest rates could be increased still further. So guys, that is it for today. Thank you for your attention, and if you're interested in seeing more from me, why not hit the notification bell. I'm not sure if you have to subscribe first to do that or not, but that will let you know. Have a good end to your day.